Welcome to the Chaos Lovelies. My name is Em, and I was late diagnosed with ADHD, which honestly explains so much. I'm also healing and trying to live a life of light and love. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey. You can find more on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. Oh, and one more thing. Where's my purse? Welcome to the Chaos Lovelies. And chaos is the perfect word. When I'm recording this, the eclipse is tomorrow, and people's energy is just wild right now. We are in the path of totality, and our small rural state now has just thousands of extra people, and it is crazy. Everything just seems kind of intense right now. I don't know. I'm just trying to vibe and get through it, and I don't know, it'll be cool to see. So it has again been a while since I recorded an episode. Life has been busy, and my schedule is not really set in any way. It changes week to week, so I'm having a hard time finding balance at the moment. And I'm bad at balance anyway. I get too into things, and I'm trying to make sure that I keep my own self-care on my priority list. It doesn't even have to be at the top, but just like actually on the list. I've been looking back lately with the purpose of seeing how far I've come. I truly feel like an entirely new person now, and old Em kind of feels like a stranger at this point. Like I remember her, but I can't really conceive of still living that life, if that makes sense. No complaints here. There are still struggles, but life in general is just so much more peaceful. I will say that healing is a real bitch. Honestly, like, there is nothing soft and gentle about this shit. It hurts. And then it hurts more. And then it hurts more. But I can also feel my resilience. I know that I'm getting better now. And that in itself is progress. I definitely remember a time where there was just no hope and no idea how I would ever get out of it. And now I feel like I pretty much am. It's kind of crazy. One thing that always blows my mind is when things that I think are normal get reactions from other people. I made a comment at work one time just kind of about assuming that people didn't see me. And I was talking with a coworker who's actually shorter and smaller than me, but somehow she just takes up so much more space. Like she has such a presence. And when I said this, she made this like sad kind of pitying noise, and it caught me completely off guard. And I had to be like, oh yeah, Em, not everyone grew up invisible. That shit's not normal. As much as I love working at the store, there can be confronting moments. My coworkers talk warmly about their families and seem to have close, nurturing relationships with their parents. And it's beautiful. And I really try to focus on that in the moment, how beautiful it is that they get to have that. But there is always some sadness behind it, because I have never had that, and I never will. At least I broke the cycle, though, and my kids enjoy spending time with me, so I will get it on that end at least. Despite everything, I have been a good mom and built strong, loving bonds with my kids. You can't really ask for much more than that. If you are in this situation, no matter where on this brutal journey, just know that you're not alone. There are a lot of us, and we're finally beginning to wake up and take care of ourselves for once. Imagine that. And also know that it is possible to get out of it. It does not have to go beyond you. And does it suck to be the last one to suffer? Yes, absolutely. Of course it does. How could it not? But you can give your kids something better. You can give them someone better. You can give them everything that you wanted and never had. And that's kind of what I did. I was honest with my kids. I listened to them. I allowed them to be their own separate people. I never assumed that I in any way owned them. I apologize when I'm wrong, and we talk through our problems together. And it seems to be working. I don't know. I love them to the moon and back, and honestly, love and listening will get you so far. But I probably don't need to tell you that. If you know, you know. Anyway, let's lighten things up a little bit, shall we? I think the most healing thing is to shift your focus to more positive things whenever you can. I know it's not always possible, but if you can in any way find that little bit of silver lining, find it and focus on it, because it'll get easier and it'll vastly improve your outlook on life. It's incredible. Every once in a while, I need to remind myself of this, and I tend to need to audit my social media and online use when this comes up. It really matters what the tone is of the things that you consume regularly. And every so often, I just Marie Kondo my sphere, clean out anything that doesn't spark joy, and just focus on things that are good and positive and inspiring. I still occasionally feel like I'm missing out by not being on social media in my personal life. FOMO can be a real bitch, as I'm sure most of you know. I used to always feel left out, even when I had social media. Honestly, it's been my entire existence. In my family, at school, dance class, everywhere. And in everything. I am just wired differently, and even without a diagnosis or any acknowledgement, it was still painfully obvious to the neurotypicals. I was never going to fit in. I still don't. To have gotten to the point where this truly doesn't bother me is just mind-boggling. But it's real. It's fine that I don't fit in. I have other interests and a different path. And that's all there is to it. I was just trying to fit into the wrong spaces and hanging out with the wrong people. And that's not anything against anyone. I just couldn't fully be myself around them. I don't know. In ADHD land, the chaos continues as always. I've been feeling extra scattered lately. That tends to lead to panic and being paralyzed with just too many projects and just not being able to choose one of them to work on. I need to Marie Kondo my mind, too, honestly. I have been trying to edit. And this is so different from my old approach. I used to always be about taking on more and more responsibility and projects, and I burned out so badly. I never want to be there again. I want to chill out and enjoy this beautiful life that I have. I want to slow down, and I want to appreciate things more. This is what I'm trying to focus on. I just want to focus on a couple of things that truly bring me joy and that are reasonable asks of my time and energy. Like actually reasonable. And I like this version of me. She's still, and will always be, a work in progress. But I like her. She is 1,000% different. It still kind of blows my mind. It feels really surreal to have this level of good in my life, and I'm still trying to figure out how to accept it and enjoy it, believe it. I don't know. Acceptance, my word of the year for sure. But honestly, what a problem to have. Life is good, and I am so grateful for it all. It's kind of amazing to me that I can feel this way at all, really. But especially around this time of year, February and March are the absolute worst months for me. They are just filled with old grief. In the past, I would just delve into the sadness and the woe is me, and that's fine. I was not taught to ask for people's sympathy, and I honestly have no idea if that's a normal thing or not. It's crazy the amount of things that I've realized that I just don't really know, which, as a 43-year-old woman, is kind of embarrassing, but I'm trying to just accept that I did the best that I could with what I had. And obviously, I wasn't going to get it all. So delving into these things was really an unhealthy practice for me. It just got deeper and darker, and it was never going to actually improve anything because I was just going deeper into the darkness, you know? And there's really no point to it. I've realized that I have wasted an enormous amount of my lifetime just wallowing in my woes. And what are my woes? They're things that, for the most part, are made up in my head. And the things that used to hurt me and haunt me aren't even around anymore. They're not even a thing that can actually harm me. So why am I still so focused on it, you know? I just don't want to waste my time anymore. I hated life for so long, and I'm really excited to see what it's like to love life. I'm kind of already seeing it. There are definite improvements. I'm already seeing vast improvements just from trying to turn my thoughts in a more positive direction, just whenever possible. It gets easier the more you practice it, and it really has been life-altering, mind-altering. It's incredible. I have been thinking a lot about familial relationships lately. Recently, Andy was talking about something insightful that his mom had told him and how it helped him to see things differently. And later that day, I kept having these little bursts of anger, and I haven't had that in quite a while now. I have been trying to give my emotions more space and give them attention when needed. So I went for a drive to think about what was at the root of these random outbursts. Honestly, I do my best thinking while I'm driving. I'm lucky to live in a gorgeous place that has a lot of pretty back roads. Great for thinking. Anyway, I realized that my anger originated from that moment of listening to Andy talk about his mom, because I realized with such sudden clarity that most people have that. They have someone to go to for guidance and help, someone who cares about them, someone who will help them. And it made me just once again aware of just how much I have always been on my own for my entire life. It's no wonder that things were so difficult and confusing, but, life is difficult for everyone. And all I can do is go with the flow and try to make life pleasant for the people around me now. My anger is justified, but it also doesn't serve much of a purpose anymore. I'm safe now, and that's what really matters. So it's just a matter of reminding that angry old part of myself that we are safe. Easy to say, hard to do. So it crossed my mind recently that I have really started to fix my endocrine system. After a lifetime of just drowning my body in cortisol, it is finally beginning to feel safe enough to actually relax and let my guard down a little. And honestly, after a lifetime of diets and trying to force my body to let go of weight when it felt like I still needed the protection, now my body is just naturally shedding weight. I'm no longer inflamed, my skin looks better, etc., etc. Safety is life-changing. And I don't think that you can understand that unless you haven't had it for a period of time. I'm losing weight now because I feel safe. And that seems like such a strange thing to me. But the weight loss has just been happening. I've been purposely not really thinking about food, not tracking it, not anything. I've been trying to focus more on dealing with my emotions and trying to calm my system and be less stressed and just really trying to soothe myself and heal in that way. And I really just have not paid any attention to diet, exercise, weight loss, any of that stuff, other than to use exercise for mental health benefits. But the weight loss is just happening. And it's comfortable. That's the thing that kind of blows my mind. It is so opposite to everything that I have ever known. And it feels so much better. Story of my life. I'll take it though. Healing is hard, but the rewards are just so, so worth it. Even if they're not exactly what we thought we wanted in the beginning. Life's a fucking journey, and you never know what's coming next. I used to find that terrifying, but now I'm just kind of excited to see what's coming. My birthday has been over now for well over a month, but I still have yet to get my gift, another tattoo. I wanted to get one to signify this time in my life. It's a new start, and I want to commemorate my healing up to this point. I've been through the shit, and I made it out. And it happened through the opposite of what I thought I needed to do. I chose to approach life more slowly and softly, which is another major reason that I've been able to start to heal my endocrine system. I had to slow down and calm down. I still have got a ton of work to do in this area, but I have made some substantial changes. Definitely enough to celebrate. And I always want more tattoos. Let's be real. Once you get one, they're addictive as fuck. I also met this awesome chick recently who is doing a tattoo apprenticeship right now. She actually worked at Mother Plant when I first started there, and she is a super talented artist. So I asked her to design a tattoo for me, and my only requirement was that it have a feather in it, because I have significant connections to feathers and birds, and that has only begun during my healing. Honestly, since I started approaching life softly and slowly. And that's kind of the vibe anyway. Softly and slowly, a celebration and a reminder. I am so excited. I think it's important to celebrate life and our personal successes. Maybe you have someone who will celebrate with you, but I think it's important to have private celebrations of your deepest goals and dreams, as well as celebrating the mundane. Celebrate it all. Life is way too short. I feel like I am making up for lost time after wasting so much time being sad and scared. And I'm just lucky I have so much to celebrate. And that definitely includes you, lovelies. Thank you so much for joining me on this wild journey called life. I hope you have a beautiful week. I hope you find something to celebrate, no matter how small or mundane. I hope you take some time to take care of yourself. And of course, I hope you find your purse. Thanks so much for listening, lovelies. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And tell your friends. You can find more of Where's My Purse on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. Love to you all. I still can't find my purse.
A Frap Media production.